how to choose a research topic in medicine without going insane. Alright, let's be honest. Choosing a medical research topic can feel like diagnosing a rare disease with a stethoscope and hope. Too broad, you drown in data. Too narrow, you run out of cases in a week or two. So, how do you actually find that perfect topic? One that's interesting, realistic, and maybe even publishable? Let's break it down, step by step. Start with your curiosity. Forget what sounds fancy. Start with what genuinely makes you curious. Think about your postings or classes. What made you pause and go, wait, why does that happen? That spark, that why, is where your best research ideas start. Ask yourself, can I actually collect this data in my setting? Do I need lab tests or patient follow ups? Is there ethical clearance involved? If you're in a busy posting with little time, a survey or retrospective chart review might make more sense than a lab heavy project. Smart is not equal to complicated. Smart is equal to doable. So, what makes a good research topic? Start by being realistic. Think about how complex the study is, where you'll conduct it, and what resources your institution offers. Also, keep in mind time, money, and your own ability. And here's a golden rule: look for something that everyone sees, but no one thinks about. That's where great ideas hide. Narrow it down. First of all, choose what type of research you want to do. Then pick a subject you actually enjoy. It makes research so much easier. Third, do a literature review. See what's already been studied. And finally, notice what's missing. That's your gap. Let's make this simple. You can either just observe what's happening or intervene and see what changes. In an observational study, you don't interfere. You just collect data and watch patterns unfold. Like checking how many students in your batch have vitamin D deficiency. No intervention, no experiments, just observation. But in an interventional study, you step in. Maybe you give half your participants vitamin D supplements and compare results. You're testing cause and effect. That's your experiment. Then there's cross-sectional versus longitudinal. Think of cross-sectional as a snapshot. Data at one single moment in time, like measuring stress levels in all interns this month. Longitudinal, on the other hand, is like a movie. You follow people over time. Maybe you track those interns throughout their entire posting to see how their stress changes.
And finally, perspective and retrospective. Basically, which direction you are looking in time. Perspective means you start now and move forward, like enrolling new hypertensive patients and following them for 6 months. Retrospective means you look back, like digging into hospital records from last year to analyze dengue cases. So, to sum up, if you are just watching, observational. If you are doing something, interventional. If it's a single snapshot, cross-section. If it's over time, longitudinal. If you are moving forward in time, perspective. And if you are digging into the past, retrospective. That's your entire medical research map in one frame. Now, let's get practical. Start exploring using tools like PubMed and Google Scholar. Use search operators like and, or, and not to refine your results. If you hit a paywall, you can still access papers using scihub.se for educational reading. Here's a simple example. Let's say you search shoulder height difference and posture. You might find reviews saying that carrying a bag on one shoulder can cause minor asymmetry, but it's not well studied in students. That's your knowledge gap. So your research question could be, does carrying a shoulder bag on one side regularly affect shoulder level symmetry in medical students? See, that's how a small observation can become a meaningful project. And that's it. Finding a research topic is all about curiosity, creativity, and observation. If you have doubts or ideas, drop them below and let's make research fun together. This is Genesis signing off. Happy researching!